We go live to Brazil. President-elect Lula da Silva prepares to deliver a speech following his electoral victory.
He has an important role in this campaign, especially the people who came for the second round, while like Simone, and the senator of the state of Maranhão. Thank you very much. All of them are sailors of the first trip, and I want to begin this small talk that's going to be nice, to give thanks to God, because my whole life I always thought that God was very generous with me to allow me to leave when I left and to arrive when I arrived, especially this moment that we are not facing an adversary, enemy. We're not facing another candidate. We're facing the machine of the Brazilian state put to service to the situation to avoid that they did not win the election. Thanks to the Brazilian people, I want to give thanks with my heart the people that voted, the people that voted for the adversary, to the enemy. He was committed with compromises with the citizens, and I want to congratulate to him. I want to congratulate to the people that voted for me, because I consider a citizen that I have a process, a long process in the Brazilian policy, because they tried not to win this, and now I am here. I'm here to govern this country in a very difficult situation, but I have faith in God. With the help of the people, we're going to find a way out so this country could live democratically and with harmonies, and to establish peace among families and leaders, so people can build the world that we need here in Brazil. I want to thank Fernando Haddad, a big colleague. He did an extraordinary campaign with his wife. Now comes our colleague Marina Silva, our colleague. Well, then I'm going to feel like intellectual. I'm going to put my glasses, and let me see it, and you're going to take in all the pages. We came to an end of the most important elections of our history, an election that put face-to-face two opposing projects for the country, that today, now, we have a big victorious, the Brazilian people. This is not my victory of the PT, all the parties who supported me in this campaign. It is the victory of the big democratic group that was formed over the political parties, personal interests, ideologies, so that democracy could be victorious. This October is historic, October 30th. Most of the Brazilian people, they said they want more and not less democracy. They want more and not less social inclusion, opportunity for everybody. They want more and not less respect and knowledge and understanding among Brazilians. They want more and not less liberty, equality, fraternity in our country. The Brazilian people show today that we want more than they want of the sacred right, who is going to govern their life. They want to participate actively of the decisions of the government. The Brazilian people show today they want more than the right than the protest, that they are hungry. There are no jobs. The salary is not enough to be with dignity. They have access to health, education. It is like a ceiling to live security, but not perspective of future. The Brazilian people, they want to eat well, to pray well. I want job. I want a third job, a third salary. About inflation, not that about inflation and quality, political quality. Religious equality, religious activity. They want to cinema, want to access all the cultural goods because the culture feed our soul. The Brazilian people want to combat this hope. That's what I understand democracy. Not just with a nice word wrote in the law, but something that is right that we feel in our fur, and we keep build day by day. That is that democracy in the large sense of term that the Brazilian people chose today in the ballots. That with this democracy, real democracy, and concrete democracy, that we assume our compromise along our campaign. This democracy we want to find out to build every day of our government with economic growth shared with all the population, because the economy has to work with instrument to improve the life of everybody and not for inequality. The economy is going to grow again, to grow the salary and dignity from people that lost the power of purchase. The economy is going to round again part of the budget with support of middle and rural people and small people, and the food that coming to feed us. All the incentive possible to the micro and small workers that they can put their extraordinary creative potential to serve it to the development of the country is necessary to go further to strengthen the policy to fight violence against women, and they want to win the same salary in their job that they're making the same job. To face without any truth the preconcept, discrimination, so that white, black, indigenous they could have the same rights and have same opportunities. Only there we are able to build a country for everybody, an equal country, which priority should be people that they need more. Brazil with peace, democracy, and opportunities. My friends, to all you, my friends, from January 1st, 2023, I'm going to govern for all the 150 million Brazilians, and not for all that they voted for me. There's no two Brazils. We are only one country, one people, a great nation. I'm not interested to anybody to live a family of struggle. It is time to unite the family, to create a bond to all families, and the propaganda, the criminal propaganda for everybody. We would want to live in a divided country in a permanent war state. This country needs peace and union. These people don't want much to fight. These people, it's tired to fight without the enemy and to be destroyed. Now is time to put down the weapons. Weapons kill, and we chose life. We chose the life. The big challenge is to rebuild this country with all four dimensions: in the politics, economy, in the public justice, institutional harmony, in the national relationships, especially to take care with all they are in need. It's necessary to rebuild the soul of this country, to recover generosity, solidarity, respect to differences, and love to the other one, to bring back the happy to be Brazilians and proud that we all had green and yellow our back. This green and yellow, this flag does not belong to anybody, just to the Brazilian people. Our commitment urgent is to put an end to hunger again. We can't accept as normal that millions of people, almost women and children, they don't have what to eat. They consume less calories and protein than necessary. We are the third best world food producer. We have technology, and for animals too. And we have many agriculture, long agriculture. We have to export to the whole world. We have the duty to guarantee that every Brazilian can drink café de manhã, lunch, and dinner every day. This is again the number one commitment of my government. We can't accept as normal that whole families they have to sleep on the roofs with fighting with cold and violence and rain. So my life is have a priority for low income to people and the proper inclusion people that took out the 36 million Brazilians from the extreme poverty. Brazil cannot live with this awful town with concrete wall and inequality that separate in many parts. So this country has to be recognized and counter again to fight extreme poverty and hunger as we establish a dialogue in this country. It's necessary to retake the dialogue with legislative and judicial, the expectation, and to control and looking for rebuild the harmonious Republican harmonious. The normalidade, the Constitution is sacred. The Constitution that establishes the rights and obligations of each power, of each institution, the armed forces, and every one of us. The Constitution is our protect us, and absolutely nobody is over it. Nobody has the right to ignore it or deface it. Also, it's more than urgent to retake the dialogue between the people and the government. That's why I'm going to bring back the international conferences, because interested led the opportunities and present to the government suggestions of public politics for each area: education, health, security, right of women, racial women, culture, and education, and many others. We're going to retake the dialogue with governors and prefects to define together the priority works for every population. It's not interested party competence between governor and prefect. Our commitment should be always to improve the population of each state and every municipality of this country. We're going also to reestablish dialogue between the government, workers, and also farmers, and to develop economic development and social development also, and from company and company owners, and with company owners. So the big political decisions that impact our life of those 115 million Brazilians they don't take in the night, but with a large dialogue with the society. I think that the main problem of Brazil, of the world, of the human being, is to dialogue, and now with force, that the force of the strength of the word, with the dark and divide, to look for the bane, for good, and for the common good. My international trips, and I had talked with leaders of the many countries. I discovered that the world feel lack of Brazil. They talk the same equal with more powerful countries at the same time. They contribute for the development of the poorish countries. Brazil, to support African countries that with cooperation, investment, and transference of technology transference, the work for integration of Latin America, of South America and Caribbean, that strengthen the Mercosur, the summit, and to G20 and SELAC. Today, we are telling to the world that Brazil is back. Brazil is big enough to delegate to this sad paper of being nothing in the world. We are going to reconquer the credibility, stability of the country, so the investors, foreign and national investors, can retain the trust in the truthful in Brazil. So stop coming to Brazil just to predatory and trying to be our partners with social inclusion and sustainability and environmental sustainability, without international trading more fair, and to be partners with the United States and European countries. We're not interested commercial agreements that condemn the countries to import the commodities and raw material. Though we are going to reindustrialize the country, we're going to invest in green industrial economy, and to bind with our people, our company owners, and also we're going to fight again with a new global governance, the inclusion of new countries in the cause of the security of United Nations. So we are ready to be again the fight against form and equality in the world, and our efforts to promote peace among people. Brazil, it's ready to retake to be protagonist against climate change, protecting especially the Amazon rainforest, American jungle. We're able to divide 80% of burning the Amazon region, that they're provoking, burning and fighting and slashing slashing. Zero Amazon is going to fight against that, slashing the Amazon forest. Brazil and the planet needs live Amazon region. A tree more able than all the wood and all the timber that had to extract. They just think about how can they make money easily. A river with clean water is valued more than all the gold extracted that kill the fauna and put in risk human life. For an indigenous life assassinated by the grenade of the predators of the environmental, we want peace with humanity. A peace of humanity died together with that. That's why we're going to retake the monitoring and be watching the Amazon region to fight any illegal activity, mining, extract timber, or cattle occupation. At the same time, we don't develop a sustainable development of the community that live in the Amazon region. We're going to prove one more time that it's possible to to start generate richness without destroying the environment. We are ready to the international cooperation to preserve Amazon in investment or scientific research, but also with the leadership of Brazil, that we quit our sovereignty. We have compromised with indigenous people, with all peoples of the forest. We want peace, environmental peace. We don't want a war for the environment. We are ready to defend of any threat. My friends, the new Brazil we want to build from starting January 1st. I'm not interested only to the people, but only for the people that work for peace, solidarity and fraternity in any part of the world. In the last Wednesday, Pope Francisco sent a special prayer to Brazil, so free about violence, intolerance, and violence. I want to say that we wish that we want to work without any rest for a Brazil with love would be best against hate, and with the hope should be bigger than fear. Every day of my life, I remember when Jesus Christ was crucified. Love to the next one. But what the riches of the good governor is always love for its country and for its people. It depends about us. It's not, well, though we will not feel lack of love, we are going to care with much love the Brazilian people. We will live a new time of peace, love, and hope. The time that the Brazilian people have the due right to dream and opportunities to make what they are dreaming to. So I invite to each Brazilian, independently of which candidate voted for this election, more than ever, let's go together through Brazil, looking for what join us that better than our differences. So the bigger of the mission, the history, the story took to me, and I don't want committed alone. I want to need all the political parties, workers, executives, parliamentaries, governors, prefects, people of all the religions, Brazilians, that they dream with Brazil more developed and more fair and more fraternal. I want to say what I said in the whole campaign, so that was just the simplest promise of a candidate, a profession of faith, a compromise of life. Brazil, all together, we are able to build a new country and to fix this country of our dream with opportunity for transform in reality. One more time, my big thanks to the Brazilian people. I wanted to Pedro, my vice president. He gave a extraordinary contribution. The governors that were elected, all the colleagues that they didn't want to be elected. Our fight is not start with election. Our fight will conquer the fair countries. All Brazilians can eat, work, study, have access to health. Will be a fight at the end of our life. I want to say also, it's not the amount of years that the person has that makes beauty people, or that makes beauty a person is the fact of cost, of lack of motivation, lack of fight or struggle. So I'm determined. Brazil, it's my cause, the people's my cause, and I want to fight. Misery is the reason for which one I want to live at the end of my life. A great hug, and God bless our day, our government, starting on January 1st. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the people. Thank you to them, and thank you to the media for the gave to this electoral process. A hug, a big hug from my heart. Thank you very much. Oh, Lula.
Gente, muito obrigado. O presidente não vai responder perguntas agora. A gente agradece toda a imprensa nacional e internacional. E o presidente vai...
We're watching live the statements of President-elect of Brazil, Lula da Silva. The former president, now President-elect, won with over 50.90% of the vote this Sunday. Lula thanked the Brazilian people for Sunday's presidential runoff. The President-elect called for unity to face the challenges ahead. Lula said the biggest challenge is to rebuild the soul of Brazil, to recover solidarity and respect, as well as the feeling of pride to be Brazilian. President-elect Lula da Silva committed to end hunger in the country, as well as extreme poverty. Lula added that his government was going to work to restore Brazil's credibility and stability. Let's go over the numbers very quick because almost all votes are counted. 99.95% of the ballots have been counted. There's only very few left, and Lula wins with 50.90%. Bolsonaro reached 49.10% of the votes. Let us review the background of President-elect Luis Ignacio Lula da Silva. Lula da Silva was born on October 27, 1945, in the town of Bergen Grande, in the northeastern state of Pernambuco, to a family of farmers. In April 1980, Lula was the main leader of a strike of 300,000 workers which lasted 41 days and was harshly repressed, for which he was accused of public disorder. However, the sentence was overturned on appeal after he spent 3 days in prison. Lula was elected president of Brazil on Sunday, October 27, 2002, after defeating José Serra with 61% of the votes. We were watching the statements and the images live from Brazil. The former president, now president-elect, won with over 50.90% of the votes this Sunday. Lula thanked the Brazilian people for Sunday's presidential runoff. The president-elect called for unity to face the challenges ahead. Lula said the biggest challenge is to rebuild the soul of Brazil, to recover solidarity and respect, as well as the feeling of pride to be a Brazilian. President-elect Lula da Silva committed to end hunger in the country, as well as extreme poverty. Lula added that his government was going to work to restore Brazil's credibility and stability. Stay tuned with teleSUR for more updates in upcoming news briefs.